Good morning, everyone. It's another beautiful day here in South Korea. Now, we live in a world where it's full of all this state-of-art technology, and we're spoiled with all-in-one devices, of course. Now, the idea of all-in-one inspired other industries to put their items together to create new kinds of products. Now, for people who always contemplate whether to eat donuts or pie, now people can get a pastry called a donut pie. Or if you're a fan of donuts or croissants, and you're having a hard time choosing either or, then you can have something called a cronut. Now, some might say you can just have two at the same time, but having the best parts from each item brings us a new kind of excitement. So here's the first song for Monday morning for everyone who likes to have and wants the best parts of each world. This is B.O.B. with So Good. That was B.O.B. with So Good. That's a fun song. I guess like a startup song to the summer coming up. Right now, you guys are tuning into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, a couple of things I want to remind you guys. How do you get in contact with us? Pretty simple. Send a text to sharper pound 1013, but you will be charged 51. Hit us up on Kakao Talk, but you have to add TBS EFM as a plus friend. Also, if you haven't already, add us on Twitter at TBS What's Poppin'. There you go, and you can tweet us away. Also, the very, very last and the most important thing is right now is we're live today, 02-778-1013. Please give us a call and you get to chat with me. That wasn't the last. We have two more, but I said last. My bad. Also, if you have an email, our email address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. You can leave questions or maybe just say what's up to us and all the What's Poppin' family. And if you're curious about a playlist, come check it out on our website. Come to tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. But for now, a word from our sponsors, which are Dongguk Pharmaceutical, 동아 Pharmaceutical, and LGU+.
할아버지.
뭐?
할아버지.
잘 안 들려?
더 큰 소리를 원하십니까? 플라이투더스카이가 최적의 소리를 찾아드립니다.
할아버지.
그 인사가 할아버지 풀투스 9집 들었다.
플라이투더스카이 9집을 들으면 인생이 즐거워집니다.
Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. And now it's time for today's pick. Now, I'm sure you guys have been to very, different exhibitions or shows during the weekend where you had to wait in line to either buy something or to just get into the shows or the exhibition. Not every line is created equally. Some curve because there's not enough room for a straight line in the store, or some are waiting or have large waiting areas than others, and such as, the ones at the amusement parks. I'm talking about like the big amusement parks like Six Flags and back in the States. And that's to accommodate groups waiting together. Now, of course, there are always people who aren't patient and end up cutting in line right in front of you, and that's going to make you mad. So the word for today's pick is cutting in line. Now, I apologize in advance. We're not trying to get you mad and frustrated if you had a situation like this, but we're going to help you in the situation. Now, when people cut in line in front of you, especially after a long wait, it's not you feel frustrated. Most people have hard times dealing with the situation. So, like I said, we got a situation for cutting in line, and we're going to help you with this, alrighty? Number one, don't get too angry because the entire line then just got mad at you. That's the truth. Number two, ask someone near you, maybe preferably in front of you or behind you if they saw the person cut in line. And if they did, you now have an ally who has vested interest in the outcome of the situation. You got someone on your side. Number three, confront the cutter as soon as possible, or you're going to lose the chance to do it later on. And when you confront the line cutter, be polite about it. Now, it's possible they made a mistake. They didn't know they cut in line. They didn't see the people behind them. And then sometimes you'll feel like an idiot. So if you overreact to something that's ultimately not a big deal, and instead of doing that, maybe you can confront the guy and say, "Excuse me, but I believe you just cut in line." And the person might react in, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the back of the line." Now, if the person reacts like, "So?" That's when you get the step in. You got to mess with that dude. Just joking. Anyways, it's in situations lacking this organization that the problems tend to occur most often. But there are also the type of situation that require sympathy. So if this happens to you, you can bring out your MP3 players and listen to a song to calm you down. And the next song is actually a great example of so. The artist is Eric Benet, and the song is called Love, Patience, and Time. That was Eric Benet with Love, Patience, and Time. Now, we've informed you guys that Eric Benet will be coming to Korea, and he did over the weekend for the Seoul Jazz Festival, which I missed out on because I was really, really sick, and I'm still sick and under the weather right now. And I had the opportunity to go to the after party because I got invited to sing, to chill with him in his section, to drink with him, to get to know him, and also Craig David as well. And guess what? I didn't go because I was sick, y'all. That's how much I'm worried about my comeback. I need to get recuperated and recover from my sickness. But now I'm regretting it because listen to that voice, man. That voice make any girl be like, oh, yes, that was Mr. Eric Benet. Now, so many fans are quite excited about that he was here in Korea. But his love for Korea doesn't end there. Now, he's scheduled to release his next album at the end of this month and recorded a duet with, guess who? My girl A-Lee, of course, who is a K-pop artist here in South Korea, for his remake album From E to U Volume 1. And he sang Almost Paradise together also over the weekend. And I'm sure it's going to be an amazing duet because they're both such talented artists. Now, moving on to the next song is by a British musical duo. And the band name is quite interesting, because a lot of people would listen to it and be like, what? That's a name? They didn't sound? Yes, the name of the group is called the Ting Tings. Now, the band is formed with Katie White and Jules DeMartino. There you go, Jules DeMartino. Now, Katie's the vocalist, of course, and she can also play the guitar, bass, and drums. And Jules is also, he's a multi-instrumentalist, playing the drums, lead guitar, bass, and piano. So this group really has it all. They're a well-rounded group. Now, Ting Ting was the name of Katie's Chinese colleagues when she was working as a bartender. And her Chinese colleague explained that the name sounds like bandstand. So she decided to look up what Ting Ting meant and had a few different kinds of meanings, of course, but she found out it also means sound of innovation on an open mind. So she thought maybe, perfect name for the band. So with no further ado, we get a song by the Ting Tings, and the song is called Soul Killing. That was Soul Killing by the Ting Tings. Now, they've released 2 studio albums so far, and this song is from the latest album, Sounds from Nowheresville. Now, they're working on the 3rd album, which is scheduled to be released this year, but like with any artist and any album, it can be delayed. So just look out for that. Now, they were nominated for a Grammy for Best New Artist back in 2010, but guess what? They lost to the Zac Brown Band. Now, the next artist also was nominated for Best New Artist back in 2007 and also lost to Carrie Underwood. Now, when you guys are thinking, who would have lost to Carrie Underwood? We're talking about Chris Brown. Chris Breezy. We're going to play his 2012 single. Of course, this is a Get Up song, so if you guys know the song, you guys want to move around, you're more than welcome to, because, Mondays can be a little laggy, slow, coming back from a long weekend, or too much partying, or my part, I'm a little sick. And if you're feeling sick just like me, take your meds, drink a lot of liquids, warm teas, a lot of, H2O, keep your vocals, your mouth hydrated at all times during this song. It's going to be the last song for the first half of our show. And like we said, this is Chris Brown with Calypso. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. Soon we'll be back with Jump Up and Get Down. Yes, a lot of people are probably thinking, are we going to be listening to slow music again? Music to heal the soul? No, we're saving that for another day. Today we're back with Jump Up and Get Down, so get ready for some funky music. But for now, we have a word from our sponsors, which are 혜택 강원 평창수, 환인 Pharmaceutical, Ace Bed, 동서 Food Corporation, and LG U+.
할아버지,
뭐?
할아버지.
잘 안 들려?
더 큰 소리를 원하십니까? 플라이투더스카이가 최적의 소리를 찾아드립니다.
할아버지.
그 인사가 할아버지 풀투스 9집 들었다.
플라이투더스카이 9집을 들으면 인생이 즐거워집니다.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Are y'all ready to get down on this Monday morning? Because I know a lot of you guys right now in the cab, in the subway, on the bus, maybe even on the airplane right now, traveling, thinking, it's Monday morning. I'm dying. I want to move on. I want to spend some time dancing or something. And then you guys are at the right place at the right time. Because right now it's time for Jump Up and Get Down. We're back to our normal segment. We got some funky music set up for you guys right now. And the first artist that we're going to bring to the table, of course, is by a great band. or the first song, I'm sorry, is by a great band called the Brand New Heavies. Now, they're an acid jazz and funk group formed back in 1985 in London, and this band also has quite an interesting name. And we talked about the meaning of the band, the Ting Tings, earlier. And the Brand New Heavies also have a great story behind them. Now, the band had huge influences from James Brown, and his fans have many ways of, calling James Brown's name, of course, and they call him also the hardest working man in show business. I agree. But critics, of course, I'm a little sick. Critics also called him Minister of Super Heavy Funk. Now, they had come up with, names after signing their first record contract and decided to borrow Mr. James Brown's title of Minister of Super Heavy Funk. So, why don't we listen to one of the Brand New Heavies tracks right now and see if you guys can hear the super heavy funk sounds back in the song. Now, the song is from the single album that came back out in 1994. The song is called Spend Some Time. That was Don't Give Hate a Chance by Jamiroquai. Now, Jamiroquai always had great disco songs, and this one is no exception, of course. And it has the elements of a classic Jamiroquai's feel-good sound, of course. Now, Jamiroquai is back on the Billboard Hot Dance Electronic Sound or Song chart at number 10 with a 15-year-old hit, Canned Heat. 15 years old, and is back on the charts. Now, how did Jamiroquai's old track get back on the chart? Here's a story. Now, a college student named Matt Bray created a video to accomplish a lifelong bucket list item. His number 117th item was complete 100 days of dance. Now, he recorded himself dancing daily for 120 days to Jamiroquai's Canned Heat. And he edited the clip using 1 second of footage from each day. Now, his posting is number 3 viewed post online with over 1.8 million U.S. streams. That's cray-cray. Now, the song used to be the number 1 song among Jamiroquai to be played in clubs between 1995 and 2007. And his parent album, Synchronized, reached number 28 on the Billboard 200 when it was released. That's incredible that some dude can actually bring back a song for Jamiroquai. I think Jamiroquai maybe, should call up Matt Bray, be like, hey, look, I'm going to give you a lot of money for doing this for me. I don't know. Either way, that's great that Matt Bray actually created that. I think that's a great bucket list, too. Most people want to do some extravagant things that people can't do, like, I want to see a UFO. I'm going to go out of space. Man, be reasonable, man. Do what Matt Bray did. Make a dance video, make it fun, put it on YouTube, let us laugh at you if you're bad. Because, laughing relieves stress. So think of it in a good way, not in a bad way. Anyways, right now we're getting some Twitter comments. And Serena Chong just wrote, happy to meet you again, Brian G. Music. Please play Happy by Pharrell Williams. Have a great week ahead. Thank you. Pharrell also is a very, very perfect, person to connect with funk music. Because his music's very pop, but he adds a little funky twist to it. And it's his own style. And that's why I respect Pharrell Williams. And I love his music. And Happy is a very good example. It makes everybody happy. Great song request. Also, let's see, we have one from retweet over here today. Everybody has too many. Actually, most of these things are for our song releases, which can happen. Anyways, we'll go over some Twitter comments later. Moving on to some more great funk music for you guys. The next song is called Funk Fellows by Malo. Now, Malo creates fresh new material mixing European songwriting with American show elements. Now, he's the lead singer, the keyboardist, international award-winning composer, arranger, and producer. Now, his lyrics focus on today's lifestyle and relationships, as well as on the ecological situation of our planet. Now, we're going to listen to a song off of his 2012 album, Funk Fellows, and the song title is also called Funk Fellows. Now, Funk Fellows is actually his live band with a powerful choir and, of course, a horn section. So with no further ado, listen to the song, y'all. This is Funk Fellows by Malo.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
This is a request by Serena Chong. Earlier I said it. This is a fun song. Also, Agni D requested the song. This is my man Pharrell Williams with Happy. That was Pharrell Williams with Happy. If you're not familiar with that song, it's all in the Despicable Me. I'm sorry, I said Indespicable. Despicable Me Part 2 soundtrack. It's a fun movie. It's for all ages. I recommend you guys watch it. It's a great stress reliever, and it's just fun to watch. You know, you have all your little minions up in there and all dancing. And, you know, Pharrell Williams really created a great track for the movie itself. But once again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in today on this lovely Monday morning here in South Korea. And don't be too sad, because I'll be back again tomorrow at 9:05 sharp. And we got the last song set up for you guys right now. The last song for our show is going to be a request by BFF Jaywalker FTTS Addict. That's a very long Twitter name, just almost as long as my name. But the song that she requested is Flashlight by Parliament. Now, we're going to play this song for you guys right now, and make sure to have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. And, you know, stay tuned here on TBS efm.